Everybody, how's it going? It's Monday's MAUDCAST. You know what that means. It's time to modify your day. I am so excited about today's guest. And today we have a 2-hour MAUDCAST, which is very exciting. My first guest is the amazing Nia Sioux. She is a first-time voter, and tomorrow is the election. Hi, Zyla. And so we are very excited because we're going to talk about all things joy and voting for the first time. And right now I feel like, people are really nervous about tomorrow, about what might happen. And so I think it's important that we talk about it. And I'm just so excited to hear from Nia in this first hour. And then next hour, we're going to be talking to Alaman, who also is a first-time voter, and just hear what the youth are speaking about. So I'm super, super excited. I'm just going to pin the comment here so that everybody can know what we're doing. But how's everybody's Monday going? Hey, Nia, I'm about to call you up. I'm just going to pin this comment, and then I'm going to call you up. First time voting. So exciting. You're a real grown-up. Hello, hello. Oh my goodness, Instagram doesn't autocorrect for you. Hi, Emma. Happy birthday, Emma. Happy 11th birthday, Emma. All right, I'm going to pull in. You got to do is groove because, you're a dancer. And, this is the modified theme song. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hi.
How is it going?
It's going well. It's going well. How are you guys? I guess, yeah, you guys too. But how is everyone doing?
I am great. I'm so happy that you are here today to talk on the MAUDCAST, where we talk about joy. And today we are talking the joy of first-time voting.
Yes.
So first I'm going to introduce you. Obviously everybody knows you. But in case you don't know, this is Nia Sioux. She's like my little sister. But beyond being an amazing little sister, she is an incredible dancer. She is a scholar. She's at UCLA now. And she was one of the stars of the TV show Dance Moms. And she is just an incredible young woman. She's a great role model. Everybody loves her, and she stands up for herself, and she stands up for what she believes in, and she does it all very joyfully. So welcome to the MAUDCAST, Nia.
What an entrance. Thank you.
So the first thing I always ask all my guests is, and you're not 21 yet, so this is an easier question because I have to ask my plus 21 their favorite non-alcohol beverage. But for you, obviously, you are under 21. So what is your favorite drink? What drink brings you joy? Is it Coke? Is it Sprite? Is it pineapple juice?
Tea.
Sweet tea.
It's specifically
yes.
from McDonald's. It's really, I just got into it like a few months ago too, but I started drinking it too much and was like, I need to stop. So I haven't had it in like a month now. Like I haven't had it in a while, but it's that drink makes me so happy. It's so good, so sweet. Definitely not good for you, but I don't drink soda or anything.
Oh, good.
I mainly just drink water, and I like a nice fresh squeezed lemonade. But I only keep like water in my house, and I only drink water.
Good.
But, like I just don't even like soda. I just don't like it. But sweet tea, ooh, that will get me. That will get me.
I do have to say I love sweet tea also, and it is so. My brother does not allow me to have any sweet tea. Let me tell you.
I know today I was like,
He's like, where's your water? Where's your water? And I'm like, yes, you are correct, brother. You are correct.
You are cool. You are correct.
So Nia, where are you in LA right now, or are you in Pittsburgh?
I'm in LA right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
So tell us about how did it feel to vote? Did you already vote?
Yeah, I already voted.
Okay, cool. So tell us, what did it feel like to vote for the first time? What was that anticipation like? And then how did it go?
It was really cool. So I voted when I was back in Pittsburgh, like almost 4 weeks ago, I think.
Oh, wow.
Maybe. Yeah, I voted early because I was
Nice.
like, I'm getting my vote in. because I knew that I wasn't going to be home to vote for Pennsylvania, so I made sure I sent in my ballot before I left. So
Smart.
I had my ballot, and I was in the dining room with my mom and my dad, and my dad was there with me, and like, you know, he helped me with the process, and it was so awesome. It just like getting to open it up, it's saying my name, you like reading all of the directions and just making sure that you do everything precisely and like signing it off and sending it in. It's such a cool experience, and you just feel so I don't know, you just feel so accomplished and so excited because you made your voice heard, you know?
Yes.
You used your right. You did it. Like, I'm of age. I voted in my first presidential election. It's pretty cool. I feel like it's a really important one too.
It's a very, very important one. So beyond just like the presidential election, how did you guys, like, did your parents help you find out who were the local people and all of the smaller categories that are really important? How did
Hmm.
you decide or decipher who to vote for that?
Yeah, so basically, because the smaller like categories and everything, they are really important as well. So, you do your research. I know my parents definitely told me like they told me about the people that they liked. Obviously, I can make my own decision, but
Right.
but I did like a lot of the people that they were recommending and telling me about, and also just watching and doing my research and trying to make the best decisions possible, because not only am I voting for myself, I'm voting for other people. It's not only about myself,
Right.
voting for the
Absolutely.
people that came before me and that are coming after me. It's a right and a privilege.
It is. And I'm so proud of you because I think that a lot of people don't take advantage of this right. And particularly for people like us, we're Black women, it
Hmm.
was, it's a very, sorry, I'm just removing some comments. It's a very, it's a very, our ancestors had to struggle to make this happen
Hmm.
for us. So
Yep.
when people don't exercise that right, I'm kind of like, people died to make this happen. And so I'm so proud of
Yeah.
you for taking it seriously, for encouraging other people to vote, because you have such a huge platform. I think that it's super, super important that you utilize that for good things and for, goodness. Um,
Hmm.
and also, what's really cool is that this election, you got to, this was the first time in my lifetime, so obviously yours because you're younger than me, that there was a Black woman on the ballot in the presidential section.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, how does that feel like, even just as a nominee, to
Hmm.
see somebody that looks like you, that could be
Right.
you running for this office? Like, what did that feel like?
It's extremely motivating, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's so cool because there's so many things, especially in like the society, where like just people that you see on TV and people who are higher up who, that don't look like you. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like even at my age too, I feel like I grew up I definitely grew up just watching TV and not seeing a ton of people that look like me. So having a Black person, even as like a candidate, just it's it's really motivating, and it's really empowering, you know? It
Uh-huh.
makes me feel like I can do anything, honestly. If we can get there, like we can do anything. And it's really inspiring to see that a Black person as a candidate as well. Honestly, it's really cool and almost surreal as well, because I don't know. It's just it's such a crazy time, and to have Black women, it's really cool. I don't have like any words for it, honestly. It's really cool.
No, it's amazing. I was talking to a friend of mine. She's a little older than me, and she said, when I went to the polls and I was filling out Biden Harris, she said I got emotional. She was like, I couldn't believe that, like, I am voting for a Black woman, because it obviously it's historical for her to have made it this far.
It is.
And to be so popular. Because like people love her. She's very popular.
Yeah.
And of course there are people that hate her, but as you know, when you have a platform, when you're shaking things up in a good way, and especially when you're a Black woman, people are going to hate on you.
Absolutely.
And the sad thing is so much of that hate comes from ignorance. And it's like, it's like no fact, nothing. It's just like blind hate. And I think that's also why I'm so proud of you in this election, because this is like, in my lifetime, this is the most tension I've ever seen in an election.
Yeah, it feels very divided right now.
It's extremely divided.
Yeah. The whole vibe right now, it's the amount of tension. I mean, I feel like so many people are worried too, because things are being boarded up right now, because election is tomorrow. I know that I even have like a meditation class on Wednesday, and we're inviting other people into it.
I love that.
Because we know that it might be stressful. It's a stressful week for everyone. So I mean, I feel like everyone's preparing for it, and it's definitely taken a mental toll on me as well. It's been, I mean, a mental toll on everyone, quite honestly. I feel like especially like people of color as well. I think it's a really hard time for us. And I think a lot of people are just trying to take time for themselves and just to reflect, because it's kind of scary out there right now, and like I have I'm in a group chat with some students, but a lot of them were like, guys, like, take care of yourself. We know that this is a hard week. Like, if you need anything, like, reach out. Like, and for real, guys, like, if you need anything, reach out. Everyone's gonna be stressed this week, so reach out to friends and family, and be around people that you love.
You have to, and you have to be safe. And I think that it's the safety, like mental inside, and then also like physically safe. We're lucky because we live in Los Angeles. You know what I mean? But in DC, where me and Chloe are from, they're already boarding up stores and boarding up grocery stores in anticipation of any riots. Because either way it goes, it's still gonna be there's still going to probably be something, which is so scary. Like, even my cousin, he goes to Howard, and I called him yesterday because Howard's in DC, and I called him yesterday. I was like, hey, are you still in Howard? He was like, yeah, I'm going home tomorrow. I was like, good. I was like, I'm like, go home. like do not be there right now. I was like, I just want to make sure everyone's safe. It's so scary, because also this is like the most polarizing election, even more so for me. I feel like when Obama was running, and he's a Black man, and you saw like a lot of racism like just come out, because it's like, I'll never vote for that N-word, or I would never vote for that monkey, and it's just like overt racism. Here it's almost more scary, because I think that a lot of people who are like Trump don't realize that, like, when you say that to somebody who looks like me, or when you say that to a woman, you're saying, I don't care about your life, you are worthless. And it's almost scarier, because it's like, I'd rather just know, like, oh, okay, you don't like me because of this, because there are no redeeming qualities.
Right, that's the thing. And I think that's one of the things that, like, especially like if I know people who are definitely Trump supporters, and I've been trying to, like, I know obviously people have different opinions, that's, it's fine to have different opinions. It's fine to make your own choices. But the line draws whenever whenever it comes to someone who promotes racism and
Mm-hmm.
violence against racism, to violence against minorities. So that's my only problem. I'm not saying that necessarily Democrats are so much better. I'm just
Right.
saying that there's a difference between Republicans and Trump supporters.
100. There's a huge. I love that you made that distinction. Like when Trump won in 2016, I had, and Obama obviously was still president until inauguration. I had a job in Alabama. I remember it was like January 23rd through 26th, and Trump was being inaugurated like January 20th. It usually is. And my mom, who is a white woman, was like, I don't feel safe with you going to Alabama during this time because Trump has given like a go card for racists. And she was like, and I feel like it's open season on Black people. And I don't feel safe with you going to Alabama to teach during this time. Yeah. And I was like, wow. Like during my lifetime, I'm in my 30s, I've never felt unsafe. The police have always scared me, not gonna lie. But I've never felt super unsafe from fellow citizens for being Black.
And yeah, and that's the other thing as well. Like, I feel like a lot of people don't understand that whenever a person of color, just in their everyday life, if they see a Trump flag or a Trump sign or something, they immediately kind of think that, oh, I'm not safe. I shouldn't be here. People don't like me here. That's the mentality. Like whenever I see a sign like that, I honestly get kind of scared, especially like if you go to the South and you see all those signs, it's like, I don't feel safe, or like, I don't feel comfortable, and that's not a feeling that anyone should have,
Never. Not in the greatest country in the world.
Yeah.
And I think that what Chloe just said, a Biden-Harris vote is a vote for change.
Yeah, honestly. And it's not even like, I feel like at this point too, it's not even that, like, obviously I support some of the I guess things that Biden stands for, but honestly, it's just a really safe vote right now. It's comforting, like, I don't know, like that to me is comforting, it's just these 4 years have been so unsettling, and just to see like if there's like 4 more years of Trump in office, it's just gonna be really scary to see what might happen then, because there's already a lot of people who feel very entitled to, obviously white privilege is a thing, we know that, but it's given it's kind of I don't even know what I'm saying, you can probably add on, but like it's just, I don't know, like I feel like there's like a lot of entitlement in the racist community.
and it's selfishness. Because even for me, like, let's take away every policy. Let's take away Republican, Democrat.
Yeah.
Let's look at coronavirus deaths. Now, if Obama were president or Hillary Clinton were the president right now, the Republicans would be labeling them as murderers.
Right,
literally as murderers. And I'm like, everybody is tripping. This man has, from poor leadership and poor policy, 220,000 plus people have died of coronavirus. That is that's an embarrassment, and it should be like an act against humanity.
Yeah.
There's no reason this should have gotten out of control, except there was poor leadership.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so for people to still think that this is a good idea for this man to continue on during the pandemic, during Black Lives Matter, during all this unemployment, it's so sad. It's so sad. And what Trump did And what he continues to do is that he preys on the uneducated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they're not going
Absolutely.
to read further. It's almost like those funny things that Trevor Noah does when he goes up to people and he's like, do you like the Affordable Health Care Act? And they're like, yeah, that's how I got my health care. And then they're like, do you like Obamacare? And they're like, no, we hate Obama. And he's like, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing. Oh my gosh.
And it's like, but you prey on people who don't know anything, and then it's easy to harp on to hate.
Right.
Because if you're in a bad situation, if you're poor, if you don't have a lot, but you have your white privilege, it's very easy to say it's the Black people's fault. It's the Mexicans' fault. They're taking my jobs. They're robbing me. No, because I mean, let's keep it 100. First of all, I love everybody. Mexican people work so hard. We live in California. Every Mexican person I know personally is one of the hardest working people I've ever met in my life.
Absolutely.
And I'm like,
absolutely.
Thank you for being here.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Also, Trump is a hypocrite because I knew illegal immigrants that he had hired to work at his skating rinks in New York before he was president.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. And the whole thing is, oh gosh, the whole thing, I hate whenever people say, oh, they're taking our jobs. It's like, no, they're not taking your jobs. You are not going out for the same jobs that they're doing. Okay? Like, that's, oh my gosh. And like, I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it.
It's an easy scapegoat because it's almost like the dog ate my homework. It's literally, it's the easy scapegoat of saying, like, it's their fault. It can't be me. It's their fault. And then and then Trump is like saying, yes, you're right. It is their fault. It is their fault. And I'm like, hey, guess what? Low income white people, Donald Trump has no relationship to you. He grew up rich. He does not care. You guys are not on the same playing field. And I think that's where people forget. It's like, no, he's not doing anything to help you. You don't.
And
make
that's why it's so important to
$400,000.
be informed. That's why it's so important not to be ignorant, to do your research, to fact check everything, to act, like, do your research. Don't just, that's the thing. Like, that's why it's so scary. It's like, I feel like a lot of people, they don't know who they're voting for. They
like, don't.
They just see a white guy and they're like, yes, that's who I'm gonna vote for. And it's like, no, like, go check your facts, see what he actually stands for. Like, again, if you have Black friends, or just friends that are people of color, honestly, like, just think about them and how they feel, because this isn't just about you. This is about your friends and the people around you and the people who don't even have the right to vote. It's for people that can't vote yet. It's for it's for everyone. It's not just about yourself. So don't be selfish whenever you're going to the polls. Think about everyone else. Think about this country as a whole. Honestly.
It's really sad because people, it's like they see a fame, also because Trump was a celebrity for being, like, on television and all of these things. And I'm like, guys, like, we want somebody who's smart. Like, at the end of the day, I want somebody who's intelligent and compassionate to run the country. Yeah. And he is neither of those.
He's none of those things. He's none of those things. Yeah.
He's neither of those things. And he also fuels hate. And so how do you have a good country? But people who are like, it's ironic because it's like, obviously I'm Biden Harris, but I also don't feel the need to go scream it in somebody's face.
That's the thing. I don't feel the need. I don't feel the need to scream it in someone's face. I really don't. I really do not. Like, obviously, like, I'll post things that I see that I like, but in no way I'm trying to, like, shout to people and be like, vote for Biden Harris or else you're gonna or I'm gonna hate you or like, no, like, it's not It's not that serious. Like, I'm
It's not. But like the like
oh God.
anger and aggression that I feel from Trump supporters, it is like literal insanity.
It's just
And I'm
very
like,
aggressive.
it's so aggressive. I'm like, are you on his payroll? Because I don't understand. Because like if I clicked into somebody's live and they were like pro Trump and Pence, I would just click out. I wouldn't
Right.
feel the need to be like Biden, 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 Biden. I would be like, okay, this is
Right.
not for me. I'm out of here.
Yeah. I don't know. It feels like, no, it not feels, but basically the thing about it is that whenever I want to vote for someone who would vote for me or like look out for me. You know, like whenever you're going through life and people, I feel like whenever people support Trump, they're like, "Oh, he's looking out for me." It's like he's not necessarily looking out for you. He's looking out for himself, you know? I feel like he's just not that compassionate and stuff. Like I like to me as a person, like I want to trust someone who to me feels like someone who I don't know, like someone who would do the same for each other. You know, it's
Yes.
kind of like not a friendship. That's probably a bad like way to like
But it's a
but
respect factor.
it's a respect factor. You know, I feel like the same thing happens whenever like like I'm just gonna use this example because this is the best one I have. But like in a friendship, whenever you do something for someone, you expect it. You expect them to look out for you how you would look out for your friend. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I just feel like he's not looking out for you. He's really just thinking about himself. a lot of people think that he's for people, and I'm like, no, he really does not care.
Exactly. Well, somebody just said they just turned 18 and they don't know how to vote. Now, Nia and I are not here to tell you how to vote. We are here to encourage you to do your research.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, I can't make you vote for anyone. That is your decision.
Yeah.
And it is on you to do your research and to inform yourself and fact check everything. So I can't vote for you. You have to make that decision for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of the beauty about voting too. And being an adult, you get to make your own decisions.
Yeah.
So there's that. But we're just here just to give some information.
We're here to give some information, give our perspective. Again, we are not, and we also don't think, if you go against what we believe, we hate you. But we also, for me, I'll say, look at the world we live in right now. It's a mess. Would you still want to live in the same place with the same person running it? Or would you want to give somebody else, a new person, a chance to change it and make it better? Because if it stays with the same leader, we know that it's gonna stay the same. Yeah. With the possibility of somebody new, at least we know that something will change.
Right. Exactly.
That's how I feel about it. And I think that people also really need to take a good look in the mirror and a good look in their own bank accounts and their own lives and say, is this person really helping me? How does this person help me? Because a $1,200 stimulus check at the beginning of coronavirus is a joke when the median rent in Los Angeles is like $3,000. Yeah. And I mean, I don't know if it's 3,000. I know that right now the median rent in New York City is 3,000, and that's the lowest it's been in 30 years. And that is the lowest, and that's 3,000, the average rent. So what can you do with $1,200?
It doesn't go that far.
It goes nowhere. When I got the $1,200 check, I was like, okay, well, this is just gonna go for food and groceries.
Literally. Yeah.
It's really crazy. And like for healthcare, Obamacare, I have asthma, so I before Obamacare, it was really difficult for me to get insured because I had pre-existing condition because my asthma.
Right.
And I was about to be charged like $800 a month. And I am very blessed. I'm a very healthy person otherwise.
Yeah.
And like, you're only, how old are you now, Nia?
I'm 19.
You're 19, so you're still under your parents' insurance. But when you turn on your 26th birthday, honey,
yeah,
you are out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, thank God that you will, well, God willing, you'll have options that are affordable to you to be taken care of.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I think it's really sad. And at the end of the day, and you know, the podcast is all about joy, so we're going to get into that. I look at our president and he's not joyful.
No.
Angry.
He never seems happy.
He never seems happy. And he just feels very angry and suntanned.
For someone who really doesn't like people of color, he has a very aggressive tan.
He's like my complexion.
Oh my gosh.
But you know, so and you know what Chloe said when Kamala was announced, Chloe was like, I like her because she smiles.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're so right. There's something so human about her. Very much like Obama.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where it's like, wow, you're a real person. And also, they say happy wife, happy life. Now, you look at Jill Biden. I've seen her at the grocery store in D.C. when I was home before Corona. She's happy, getting flowers. You see our president's wife. She looks like she is being held captive. Where's the joy, guys? Where's the joy?
Where's the joy? I think and also that's something that I feel like this country needs so bad right now. Just joy.
Yes.
Because everyone just seems so stressed. Oh my God.
So what do you do? Like, do you have like a daily practice to maintain your joy? Because you are a very joyful person, and you also are a person in the public eye, which is a ton of pressure. You know, voting aside, election aside, it's every day. It's like a lot of people are looking to you. How do you maintain your own personal joy?
You know what? I feel like recently, like in the past couple weeks with the election coming up, it's been very hard for me to keep that joy. Not even gonna lie, it's been very hard. Just seeing things online and in the media, you know, just very overwhelming. So it is very important to keep that joy, and I've been struggling with that a little bit. But I would say something that brings me joy would definitely just being around family.
I love that.
My mom was here for a couple weeks, and it really grounded me, and it made me it made me feel like I was at home, even though this does feel like home still, but it helped me just being around family, even just people that I love and I care for, just honestly. And I know it's COVID and everything, so don't go with groups of people, but if there's, you know, if there's a family member that lives with you and stuff, like definitely make sure you spend time with them and talk to them if you need anything. And something that helps me too, I watch Netflix if I start to get very overwhelmed. But something funny, nothing too deep. I can't watch anything deep or scary or intense right now. I'm like, I have to watch something that's funny and lighthearted and I don't have to think too much about, because I want to get away from everything else that's happening, you know? Sometimes reading a good book helps.
Love that.
Let's see, what else? Going on drives sometimes just helps. Just getting sunlight helps. Just feeling the warmth on your skin helps. I did that earlier today. I was like, I need to get out and just
vitamin D is so important.
Yeah, because window doesn't get like a lot of light at all. I'm like literally facing a cement wall. So
Oh
so
no.
I like don't get a lot of light. And it can be very hard. So I had to like go outside to see the light and be like, okay, we're good. We're good.
You have to come start working out with us because we go outside every day in the park.
I know. I actually do though, because it's not I need to do something.
Because the sunshine has like literally kept us so happy. And
Yes.
just being around people, at a safe distance, and we're all outside and all that good stuff. But
Yeah.
it's so important to be around people who you love and who make you feel good, because right now it just feels like such an it can feel so isolating. But it something that somebody commented, I just wanted to acknowledge. They said somebody said that we should not be talking about our political views on social media.
Mhm.
And I would like to say I completely disagree,
Mhm.
because social media is to be used however you want to use it. We're not
Mhm.
attacking anybody. We're not
Yeah.
forcing anybody to do anything. We're simply presenting our ideas. And
Mhm.
also, that is what campaigning is. It is the
Yeah.
most American thing to do, is to
Mhm.
campaign. And then people can choose whoever they'd like to vote for. And
Yeah. That's yeah.
our whole point is that we're not telling people what to do, what not to do. We're just saying what we believe is correct. And if
Mhm.
people don't like it, they can simply click out of the live.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. I feel like for so long it's always been rude to talk about politics, or you shouldn't talk about it, but I feel like especially this year it's so important to talk about it. It is whenever something like this happens, you need to talk about it. When
You
people are out
have to
there,
talk about
you
it.
have to. At this point, you have to. You have to communicate. You have to have that uncomfortable conversation, or else nothing's going to change. So in some instances, I mean, other years, like, sure, whatever, you don't have to, you can, whatever. But especially this year, it's so important because so many people out there are hurting, you know? And
Yes.
and you need to look out for other people. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's where the disconnect with some people as well, because they're like, oh, you shouldn't be talking about politics online. It's like, actually, yes, because my people and the people around me are hurting. Okay. So it's like, whenever that's happening,
Exactly.
there needs to be a change and something needs to happen, you know?
Exactly. And I'm so proud of you, because what you're saying is exactly correct. Like, people are hurting. And I said 220,000 plus people in America have died of coronavirus. Like, this is a fact. The
Mm-hmm.
number is probably bigger because, well, that number came out a week ago. Like,
Yeah.
this is a fact. And what's sad is that people are so blinded by their hate and their love of hate that
Mm-hmm.
they're not able to see facts. And that's one of the reasons I started the MAUDCAST, is because all we talk about is like joy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there was so much pain and hurt and hate that was just becoming, the centerpiece of the United States. And I'm like, there's so much joy here. There's so many joyful people in my life. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that the goal is that we just want to all live safe and joyful lives.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that you said you have to be able to talk about it and have those uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah.
Sure, we both obviously know people who are Trump supporters,
Yeah.
obviously. Like,
Obviously, like, we know, yeah, like, obviously.
so it's like, and we're not going and being like, I hate that person, and if that person was starving on the street, I wouldn't give them food. No, that's not what we're
No,
doing at
that's not,
all.
and that's not how we are. You know, it's just, obviously we don't agree with their political beliefs, although it's more than just political beliefs now. But I'm not gonna I'm not gonna spread hate, you know? I'm not That's not what I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
do. I'm gonna disagree. I'm not gonna like it. Will I distance myself? Maybe. But what I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna go around spreading hate, and because that honestly gets us nowhere. It gets
It
us
gets us nowhere. And just hate begets more hate. But on
Yeah.
the flip side, I think that joy begets more joy. And I think that that is what it's all about. And the thing is, what's crazy, Nia, is what I found is that so many people are intimidated by joy for
Yeah.
themselves and when other people have it. And I love like you and your mom and your family. Like, y'all are so joyful. Y'all are goals. Y'all are family goals for real, because you guys have such solidarity. You're all so brilliant, and you guys love each other, and you stand up for yourselves and for other people. And I think that's a big thing too, Nia. Like, you have a huge platform, you know, you're a celebrity, and you still take the time to think about the people who don't have the platform, who don't have the privilege, who don't have the access. And this goes across the board. This is how you are all of the time. And so I just want to acknowledge that, because a lot of people who have a big platform or who are celebrities, they like don't care about other people. It's very they can be very selfish. And you are very selfless.
Thank you.
So on to fun things. And you voted, and I'm so proud, and that's amazing, and you exercised your right. And tomorrow is going to be crazy, no matter what happens.
Yeah.
So, and you know, you can always come by and stay with us, stay at our house if you ever want to. We're very close to you.
Yes.
But how has college been during coronavirus?
Oh, it's been so crazy. Crazy? Yeah, crazy, but like, it's been weird. So it's all online. I have Zoom classes every day. And I love my classes. I'm taking 4 classes right now. I love them all, and I'm learning so much, honestly. Sorry, my thing went out. My thing came on. But,
it's okay. What kind of classes?
I'm really loving
what are
it.
your 4 classes?
I have an English comp class, which I love, because we focus on the social, political, and racial issues through comedy. And it's really how comedians use their platform basically to use humor to basically bring awareness to social issues and racial issues and their political beliefs and all that. Like, it's really cool. It's really cool. So we get to watch a lot of we get to watch a lot of stand-up comedy and get to dissect it.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's really awesome. I'm writing a paper right now for that class. But yeah,
I love it.
I just sent in my draft today, but it's a really good class, and like it's so random. The class, all girls. In my class, it's just all girls.
Would you ever do stand-up comedy? Like, is that something that you would be interested in?
Okay, here's the thing. I don't think I would be able to do stand-up comedy. And it's not because I don't think I'm funny. I think I'm funny.
Okay,
but
good.
Not in that way. Like, I feel like I could do, I would love to do comedy movies. Like, I love a good comedy. I would love to do like a show, like a sitcom or something, or even do a really like crazy movie like a Neighbors or something. I feel like that would be so much fun. But
I love that.
I don't think I could just like stand up on stage and like do stand-up comedy. I feel like that's kind of scary to me, because there's just, people are expecting to laugh and you're not, that's a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure.
So I've done it several times.
Really?
And
oh my god.
I started it when I was 30. So I didn't start it at your age. I've always loved watching stand-up comics. Like, I love Chris Rock and like Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy. And I just watch. And then when I was 30, I was like, I'm going to do this. It was, Nia, we perform in front of thousands, millions of people.
Right,
you get a little nervous. I thought I was like, oh my God, I think I'm going to go to the bathroom on myself. I had never been so nervous.
Yeah.
And it was for 30 people, all of whom I knew. I knew all of these people. And I was literally like, Chloe, I think I'm going to go to the bathroom on myself.
Yes. I feel like that pressure of making people laugh, like making people happy, it's so stressful. I can't imagine what it's like being a comedian, honestly, because everyone's just expecting them
Hmm.
to be funny and for them to like make good jokes and to, I don't know, just make them smile. And it's like that's a big responsibility because
It's different than dance because like if you perform dance and maybe your audience like is like I don't really like it. You're like I expressed myself. I was amazing. I know I killed it. But with
right.
comedy, if they don't laugh, you failed. You
Yes,
sucked.
yeah, literally. If they don't laugh, you oh my
Exactly.
gosh. Yeah.
But that's such a cool class because I feel like arts are so intertwined with activism and social commentary.
So much.
And that is such a cool class. I
Yeah,
love that.
it's really awesome. I love it. And also most of the people in the class, most of the girls in the class, are all people of color. It's
That's
Latinx,
amazing.
Asian, Black.
That is
Yeah,
so cool.
mostly
I'm
people of
so
color. It's
proud
really
of
cool.
you for
Yeah,
going
it's
to
a really good
college
class.
also
Oh,
because
thank
you could
you.
have just gone and been like, I'm going to do TV, you know, like how Alaman, I'm interviewing Alaman in the next hour. And I'm just so proud of you both because you both could have just gone on to just do entertainment
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. But I love that you guys both see the importance in fortifying your mind
Mm-hmm.
because
Absolutely.
and your brain, especially during times where there's so much false information
Yeah.
happening.
You need to learn how to be a critical thinker, you know?
Yes.
I don't want to go out into this life and, you know, I just be so ignorant in my choices that I'm making and even being on set and stuff. I want to make sure that I know the language people use and
Mm.
to be knowledgeable about things, you know? And I know a lot of my friends as well, especially out here, I mean, they don't really understand. Not even out here. I feel like just people, a lot of my friends in general, they probably don't really understand why I'm going to college because, yeah, I do already have a career. And it's not that I'm going to college to get a career. I'm going to college to broaden I guess, my knowledge
Yes.
and to learn and expand and to grow as first of all a young adult because I think
Mm-hmm.
college is very important for that and I need that experience
Mm-hmm.
um but also just grow as I guess as a student as well and just learn as much as
Yes.
possible because I mean I feel like if I didn't go to college, I would regret it later.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely feel that way, especially since both of my parents went to college, and
Yeah.
obviously they would be supportive of whatever I would end up doing. But I definitely know that I'm making them proud going to college, and I'm making myself proud because I've always
Good.
wanted to go as well. You know, I'm not going for anyone else. You know, like I'm paying my bills. like
I know
like
that's right,
I
dear. You better tell the
like
people you pay your bills.
will I have student loans? Probably. But you know, I'm going to college for myself and not for anyone else.
I think that's so important because, like you said, you had a career, but I look at you and I'm like, you had a career. Now you're getting all of this knowledge, all this
Hmm.
self assuredness. You're becoming
All the tools to help me use in my career, you know,
exactly.
like
So
it's
when
not
you're
gonna hurt. Going to college
50,
isn't gonna hurt me, okay? Like if anything, it's just
it
gonna help me in the
only
long run.
helps. And
Yeah.
it adds to the longevity of your career. So when you're 50, 60, look at Debbie Allen. She's 70
Hmm.
and still killing the game. And she went to college.
Yeah.
And she talks about how those 4 years at Howard were imperative to her current success.
Hmm.
And she's
Oh,
had
I didn't know she went to Howard. That's so
yeah, her
cool.
and her sister went to Howard.
That's so
And
awesome.
they've each had 50-year careers
Wow.
that are still going. So this is
Hmm.
50 and ongoing.
Hmm.
And they both value their time in college so much. And so, no, I'm so proud of you because a lot of people would have taken like the glitzy glam, faster, I just want to be famous route. And
Yeah.
then what are you left with because that foundation isn't as strong as it could have been?
Yeah. And also, I feel like a lot of people like don't know the difference between doing being in the entertainment industry for like fame or for like the actual art. And like
Mm,
I do it because I love it and
mm,
because I love the art of it, and I want, and that's another reason why college is so important to me, because like it's um it's just adding to my craft, honestly. It's like it's me
yes.
working on my craft. um and I think that's something that people forget, especially like I feel like, and that's what I want to express also to the younger generation as well. I feel like they see a lot of people nowadays on social media who are like getting famous from, you know, doing literally anything, and them dropping out of school. I'm like, no, don't do that. Like, you have so much to learn, you know? You have so much to learn, and like, you never know what's gonna happen, you know? You might find a new interest that will only help, you know, get
Mm-hmm.
to where you're going, you know? Not saying that, um, you know, just blowing up is a bad thing. Like, obviously it's amazing, but
Right.
just remember to stay in school, kids.
I mean, it's
Like,
so
I understand that everyone would always say stay in school, but like I really do understand now.
it's
It's like
like the
stay in
two
school.
basic things people said to stay in school, don't do drugs, are like
Yeah,
the greatest thing.
yeah. Like I never understood why, but I know now. I'm like,
Literally, when I tell kids, I'm like, stay in school, don't do drugs. I'm like, these two things will save your life.
yeah, literally, like stay in
Literally
school.
save your life
Yeah.
because you don't want to be on the other side of things.
Hmm.
Um, Nia, I know you have a class very soon. So I have a fire round of questions.
Oh,
So
cool.
all of these questions are about joy. So the first thing that comes to mind when I say the topic is joy, the thing that brings you joy. So
Okay.
the food that brings you the most joy.
Ooh, oh my gosh, fries.
Oh
Fries.
yes, me too.
Or my
Yes.
mom's or my mom's lasagna.
Oh, I know that's gonna make her heart smile so
Yeah.
much. The person that brings you the most joy.
Ooh. Oh, there's so many.
I know.
Definitely my family, like my brothers, definitely my brothers, and probably my friends Jake and Sophie.
Oh, I love that. The city that brings you the most joy.
Oh my gosh. New York.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Movie that brings you the most joy.
Mamma Mia.
Oh, that's hilarious. TV show that brings you the most joy.
New Girl.
I love New Girl.
I love that
I
show.
love New Girl. And then the last fire question is clothing store or designer that brings you the most joy.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't even know, but actually, can I pick an article of clothing
Yes, an
instead?
article of clothing works.
Fun socks.
Oh, I love socks. That's good
Like
to know,
these
Nia.
have like nutcrackers on them, but I have like a sock collection.
I didn't
So
know this.
yeah, so I have like a bunch of fun socks. So that's the article of clothing that brings me the most joy, but also nice hoodie and sweatpants. Joy.
This is
Joy.
good to know. So on your birthday, I'm gonna buy you like some cool socks.
Yes, honestly.
Okay, girl, that's
I get
easy.
them
That's
every year
easy
for
breezy.
Christmas and my birthday. It's my favorite thing ever.
That's amazing. Okay, I got you on your birthday, girl. So before we get out of here, Nia, what would you like to tell the people to ensure that they are able to maintain their joy in the joyless moments?
Oh, um, definitely keep your head up and take a break from social media and just the media in general. You
Mm.
need to, you have to, in order to let yourself, I guess, just rest and let
Mm.
you know, just to take a break. You need to take a break because all of that energy is not good long a long period of time. It's good to have in a moment, but it's you need to separate yourself and to take time for yourself and not to think about the world right now.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on yourself, and take that time to really reflect and just do something that makes you happy, whether that's taking a bath or reading a book or taking a walk or watching TV or a movie. Just to take time for yourself to not think about anything and just to do things that you like doing.
I love that, Nia. Everybody, give it up for Nia. She was amazing today. Thank you for bringing joy, knowledge, kindness, and congratulations on your first time voting in a presidential election.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Your voice matters. Thank you for making your voice count, and thank you for always utilizing your platform for good.
Of course. Thanks for coming on, guys. I hope you guys had a great time.
Thank you, Nia. Love you. Be safe.
Thanks, Maud. Love you.
Bye.